Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build and another episode of Curb Appeal, the series on my channel where I attempt to recreate photographs in The Sims 4. So today's episode is very exciting because the inspo photo today was submitted by one of you guys. So shout out and thank you so much to TJ, my lovely subscriber and Twitch subscriber as well. She submitted this photo that we're going to be recreating. So all props go to TJ for this one. So I'll pop the photo up on the screen right here, right now. It's kind of like this nice, beautiful coastal cottage. It has a lot of dimension. It has a lot of bump outs. It has a lot of different height variability, which is what really drew me to this photo. It looked like one that was a little bit more challenging too. You can see that the whole house is it's raised above ground level, so there's two tiers of stairs. So that's why you can see in the beginning I was raising up a large area with terrain tools just to elevate that whole base layer, and then I'm also going to end up putting the house on a foundation as well. So that's why I have that initial little staircase going up to the property, because the entire property is kind of like raised a bit. So I thought that was kind of cool, a little bit challenging. You can see here I'm just trying to get the proportions right. We have a lot of various intersecting roof pieces. So just overall something that I felt was doable, but also a little bit challenging, which I like. The main thing that was kind of stumped me, which you'll see maybe a little bit later, is that kind of pillar structure that's kind of in the middle of the photo. You can see that it clearly is like a second level, so your intuition is to make a second level, which I did, but then to the right of it you see that little mini dormer section, and the problem with that is the little second dormer section is at a lower wall height than the kind of pillar tower thing. So you can't really have varying wall heights per level in The Sims. So that's where I kind of struggled. I think, it makes sense why we can't do it, but I kind of wish that that was a feature that we did have. If we could have like tall wall height in one room, and then in the room next door we could have small wall height, that would be really cool. It would make it a nightmare for roofing, let's be honest. So maybe we should be careful what we wish for. But you can see here I got around it by just using like a roof piece to create that second dormer section, the dormer window. So I didn't end up making a full room or anything. So the only part of the second level here on this home is that tower bit. And it's actually really cool on the inside. You'll see me do it at the very end, but it ends up being like a little kids layer, like hangout section. So I have a single ladder going up to that tower, and it's just like a total kids hangout, super cozy, beanbag chairs, little mini TV and a bookcase and all that stuff. So it's kind of like a little kids hideout, which I think is really cool, because this home is going to be more of a family-oriented home. I'll talk about the design direction a little bit more when we get into the interior, but I'm really excited about this one. It's perfect for a family of, I think, a family of 4, I believe. Yeah, it should be for a family of 4. I have 3 bedrooms in here, and I believe 3 bathrooms as well. So good for any kind of starter family or kind of next level family when you have your second child or something like that. So really love that. You can see the proportions of the build are pretty good. I think I did a decent job considering. And one thing that was kind of interesting, which I never noticed until I was building this on Twitch, but the seasons windows and the cats and dogs windows are actually the exact same windows. Like the blueprint of the window is exactly the same. The only difference is obviously the colors and the swatches and stuff, but the seasons windows have more of a trim on the top and bottom. You see how it kind of protrudes a little bit more on the top and bottom, and then the cats and dogs windows are more like just clean lines. So I don't know why I didn't realize that until just now, but that's why we ended up mixing and matching the cats and dogs windows in this build. So you can see the windows that are pure white, those ones are from cats and dogs, and then the windows that have more of an up and down trim on the top and bottom with the black kind of window pane in the middle, those ones are from seasons, but they actually are matching windows. Like the outline is exactly the same. I don't know. Maybe you guys knew that already, maybe you didn't, but I personally didn't. And now that I know that, it I don't know, I guess it just opens up a couple more possibilities in terms of like mixing and matching windows, because sometimes I have trouble mixing and matching windows. I tend to like to stick with windows from the same pack, just because the swatches will be the same and just like the general vibe of it being the same. I don't want to put too many different types of windows on my house, generally speaking, but I feel like in this case, it was kind of cool that the Seasons and Cats and Dogs windows were essentially the same, because it allowed me to mix and match windows, but it not be too different. Like, the vibes are the same, but it does add a little bit of a different accent, which I thought was nice. And also because the Cats and Dogs windows don't come in like a pure black swatch, I don't think. Like, it's only white, like there's a brown swatch, there's like a blue swatch, oddly enough, like a green swatch and a peach swatch. So the swatches on the Cats and Dogs windows aren't the best in my opinion, whereas the Seasons swatches are a little bit more neutral, so a little bit more usable for my type of building. So if you didn't know that, now you know. You can mix and match the Cats and Dogs and Seasons windows. Sorry, I just talked about that for so long. I don't even know why. But you can see I am just creating that like little elevated brick fence around it, just to, make it look like the photo. I don't know. I think it's a really cool trick because it kind of hides the slope of the terrain tools, but still allows you to have that dimension of your house being lifted off the ground. So I do like using half walls in that instance instead of like an actual fence. We don't have like the best brick fences, and if we do, they're maybe not like the right height. So usually when I need to make a low brick fence like that, I'll just use like a quarter height wall, half wall or something, and then paint it. And I'm pretty sure what's funny is I used the bowling stuff brick texture. So on the exterior fence, that nice brick texture is from bowling stuff, which is weird because like bowling stuff has no business having that nice of a swatch, let's be honest. Like, why does bowling stuff need such a nice brick swatch? It's so uncalled for. Like, I'm not complaining, but it is a little uncalled for because it wouldn't strike me that bowling stuff would have that, but it's fine. It's fine. If you don't have bowling stuff, no worries though. You can probably replace it with like any other brick swatch. This one was just the most accurate to the photo. Sometimes, to be honest, I feel guilty about using like random packs in my builds because I'm like, oh no, like there's already so many packs in the game that it's getting a little out of hand, because I know that not every single person in the world can own every single pack. So sometimes if I haven't, for example, used bowling stuff, or I don't intend to use bowling stuff in any other area of the house, I will feel guilty for using bowling stuff for like one aspect of the house, because I'm like, well, what's the point? Now everyone's going to think they need to own bowling stuff just for this one little aspect when it's really not that important. So I try to limit my packs as much as possible, but obviously, you know, I do own all the packs. That's the reality of it, and I'm not going to necessarily hold back, but I do try my best. So just know I do try my very best. There are some packs that are like non-negotiable for me, obviously, like, you know, Dream Home Decorator, City Living, some of the kits, honestly. It's actually weird how some of the kits have become such staples, because I feel like we really didn't like kits in the beginning, and now, I don't know, like kits are kind of good. Don't you guys think? What are your guys' opinions on kits now? Like, has it changed? Do we like kits now, or are we still like a little salty about kits? Let me know, because I used a lot of the everyday clutter kit in this build, as well as I did use quite a bit of pastel pop as well, because it just came out around the time that I built this. So I hope you guys are enjoying those kits. If you got them or not, let me know. But anyways, you can see I'm back onto the exterior of the build. So the actual like lot size of this house isn't super big. By the way, I'm building this in Brindleton Bay. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. I don't think I did, but yeah, this is Brindleton Bay. The lot is called Domus Familiaris. So that's, I don't know, it's like one of the most popular lots to build on, I feel like, because like the neighborhood's pretty nice. It just looks like a nice homey family neighborhood. But you can see the back isn't super big, so I had to kind of make do with a little bit of grass section and a little bit of, you know, general patio section. So I have a swing set for the kids on that little grassy area. Everything in this house is play tested, by the way. Also, this house is already on the gallery. My origin ID is DoctorAshley, so feel free to download that. That swing set, by the way, is from the Little Campers kit, in case you were wondering. Such a beautiful swing set. Just so nice and so fun. I also included a little barbecue section as well as a cute little breakfast nook in that little indent there. I thought that was so cute. I just feel like this backyard has a lot of nice, great dimension with the stairs and the combination of grass and concrete. So overall, it's just a really well-rounded backyard. I didn't include any like planter, like gardening stuff. So I guess if you wanted to, you could add some gardening, because that's something that I did miss. But, you know, overall, this is kind of all that I would want personally. Oh, I guess I would have liked a hot tub. I feel like I tried to put a hot tub, but it just wasn't really working out. I don't know. Sometimes, like, the house doesn't call for a hot tub. Don't you think this is the type of house where, like, the kids are too young that they probably wouldn't want a hot tub yet? Maybe, like, a trampoline. Oh, my gosh. I feel like we need, like, those trampolines in the game. Like, you know, when you would go over to your friend's house and it was always so exciting if your friend had a trampoline. Like, that was like a big flex if your friend had a trampoline. And like, some people would have those huge trampolines that didn't have the nets, but then some people had the like smaller trampolines that could only realistically fit like 1 or 2 people, but you would still cram like 4 kids on it, and it would have like a net around it. Oh my gosh, they need to have that in the game, because I think that would be so fun for backyards, and it would just give like more things for like kids to do, you know, like a trampoline. Oh my gosh. And then sometimes you'd put like a sprinkler underneath it, and then like it would get all wet and slippery. I don't know. That's what I used to do. There's like one of my friends, like family friends, that had a trampoline, and it was always so fun. So I hope we can do that. Also, so sorry, but you can see we're onto the interior, and you can see that like the living room's already done. So basically I lost the footage for the living room section, so unfortunately we're just skipping right into the kitchen here. But basically the living room, I just made like a little makeshift sectional couch with the Desert Luxe kit couches, and then just put down a fluffy rug, and then just made a little entertainment unit using the like parenthood and like kids room stuff things. And then I also put like a little beanbag chair section with the toy box so that the kids could have something to do. So basically the overall design theme for this house, and kind of where I was going with the living room especially, is imagine like a kind of young family who has kids. So obviously their house is going to be a little messy. It's going to be a little kid friendly. There's going to be toys everywhere. And you know, the furniture is going to be slightly more kid friendly as well. But they're also at the same time trying to transition into like nicer, more sophisticated furniture. So the kids are getting a little bit older, so they don't need to like baby proof the house anymore. So they want to swap out some of their furniture for slightly more sophisticated items as their kids age up. So it's kind of like that family that's in a transitional phase between like, okay, the kids are, you know, old enough that we don't need to, you know, whatever, have wipeable seats anymore or whatever. So that's kind of the general vibe I wanted to go for, just like young family that is, you know, growing up a little bit, and as they grow up they're trying to elevate their style, or the parents are trying to elevate their style. So keep that in mind while I'm designing this house, I guess. But you can see the kitchen. I really liked the kitchen, mainly because it's such a cozy kitchen. And you know me, I usually do like big open concept kitchens, like with counters all the way across the wall. But this time I kind of just made it a little U-shape, just a really modest kitchen, but honestly a really functional and like usable and like pretty beautiful kitchen. Like, you don't need to have a huge kitchen. I need to tell myself that, like, you don't always need to have a massive kitchen, which is really hard for me because like I love massive kitchens, but I honestly resonate with a smaller kitchen because my kitchen at home, like in my house right now, like where I'm filming, is really small. Like it doesn't even have a full counter space to cook on. Like, we have a little island that would be equivalent to like a 1.5 tile island in The Sims. Like, speaking in Sims term, my island is like 1.5 tiles. And then around my kitchen, it's just like a little L shape, but there's not any like full tile to cook on. I have like a corner piece and then a half tile and then like another half tile. So yeah, that's like the best way to explain my kitchen in Sims terms is like in the grid system, how big is your kitchen? But yeah, so honestly, obviously I make do with a small kitchen, so I really should try that out in the Sims a little bit more. And I really like how cozy this one looked. So I'm happy about it. And we went with the Parenthood counters too, which I think are nice. Anytime I'm making a really family oriented build, I always just gravitate towards wanting to use Parenthood with everything. Like Parenthood and kids room stuff, I'm just like, we need to add that stuff because this is a family home. And then if it's not a family home, I just make it like ultra modern and just like disregard. But you can see it's just like a little dining room table. I only needed to put 4 chairs because this is only going to be for a family of 4. So just a nice little sleek dining room with, you know, a nice marble round table, some nice sleek chairs. And then just to add that little youthful touch, I put that little like, what is it, like a pig vase with a little plant coming out of it. It's from the what is it called? Blooming Rooms kit. So just to add that youthful touch. And then I put my beloved breakfast canvas paintings on the wall. It's like an inside joke with my stream now that everyone always hates it when I put those like breakfast paintings on the wall, but I just can't help myself, okay? Like I think that they're really fun and cool and they really belong in a kitchen. Like who wouldn't want to have a breakfast nook with like bacon and eggs on the wall? Like duh. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. You guys let me know. Here you can see I am doing the entranceway, just adding, you know, a couple little things to like hang up their jackets and put your backpacks and your textbooks on. Also added a little ottoman, long little bench for extra storage because there's probably going to be a lot of, you know, extra shoes and, you know, soccer cleats and rain boots and whatever. So you're going to need some storage in that bench and also to sit down and, you know, put your shoes on. You always need somewhere to sit down. I like never really understood the whole thing of like, why do you need to sit down to put your shoes on until like recently. Now I'm like, I need to sit down to put my shoes on. So I don't really know if it's like something that happens when you get older or what. But now I need to sit down. Sometimes I can still do it on one leg, but sometimes I'm just not feeling it. So yeah, I really do like, I really need that seat near the entrance now in The Sims. It's so funny that my Sims builds kind of like reflect what I would want in real life. Like I didn't used to put seats by the entrance because I didn't need it, but now that I need it, I'm like, no, we need to put a seat next to the entrance because I need it in case I live in this house. Yeah, but anyways, you can see I am doing the first kids' bedroom. I've been pretty much obsessed with using high school years in kids' bedrooms and teen bedrooms and what have you ever since the pack came out. Honestly, for family, like, you know, anything like kids' bedrooms, teen bedrooms, like high school years is the best. It is essential in my opinion. There's just so many good beds and desks and dressers and side tables and this fluffy rug that you can make look a bit more youthful because it has those nice flowery patterns. I don't know, it's just so good. It's just jam-packed with so many items. I don't know if anybody's really talking about it in that aspect, but I feel like that really needs to be said, that it's such a really great pack. And the fact that the desks and the dressers and the side tables and all that stuff, they all match. Like, you know, you really can't ask for more. And the fact that it comes in really nice colors too. Like the Parenthood and kids room stuff also is like top tier, but the colors aren't as good in my opinion. Like they have some nice pastel colors here and there, but they don't have, it's not like high school years. I don't know. And the curtains, we can just create so many vibes with high school years that I really can't see myself building a kid's bedroom without high school years going forward. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know if you guys feel the same way about high school years. I just think it's so great. Like the build items, so great. Also, you can see here I used a lot of like pastel pop and everyday clutter in this room. So this was around the time when the pack came out. So I wanted to add a lot of those items. I think that pastel pop is honestly a really good pack for making like kids bedrooms too and teen bedrooms. So Yeah, I wonder if you guys got that pack. Let me know if you guys got it, because when it first got announced, I wasn't sure about it, but now that I've been using it, I'm like, oh yeah, it's good. Oh yeah, it's good. So yeah, let me know. But here you can see I'm just like using a bunch of the everyday clutter just to clutter things up. I think that like the everyday clutter kit just makes everything so effortless. Like you don't have to think about what you want to put down. You just filter by everyday clutter and just slap all those items down. Just slap down like 5 of them, and then all of a sudden your build is cluttered and realistic. So that's what I really like about those kits, which is really, I don't know if it's annoying that I really like kits or not. I just like, I don't know, like the kits are good. It's so hard. It's so hard. But to be fair, like kits are much cheaper than like a game pack, right? So, I mean, if a kit is going to give you better items or more useful items than like a game pack could, then like it's not so bad, right? Because obviously like no one wants to spend like $25 on a game pack just to get like some good items. Obviously there's a gameplay element, but like for someone like me who like mainly builds, I would rather just like have a kit because it's cheaper. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about it. Here you can see we're doing the other kid's bedroom. So this one I kind of wanted to mirror in a way the first bedroom I did, but make it a bit more darker, a bit more gothy. A lot of people were saying like this could be like Cassandra Goth's bedroom when she was a kid because like the purple and black vibes, which I think is really nice. Like I really like the purple and black. In my opinion, I just think that it's 2 colors that just like go really well together. And also what's kind of interesting is the purple in that cow rug kind of matches the high school years pillow purple exactly. Like the purple in the pastel pop kit in general just like matches high school years purples exactly, which makes me wonder if they made them at the same time. Like did they make the pastel pop kit and the high school years pack at the same time and kind of like, I don't know, like could some of the items have been interchangeable and then they just like allocated some items to one pack and some items to another pack, but like maybe pastel pop could have been included in high school years, but then they decided to split it up. Like, I don't know. It just seems very like interesting that the colors really match high school years super well, because like we know The Sims and like colors don't usually match in The Sims, to be honest. So I don't know. Yeah, kind of interesting. Also, somebody did say in like one of my YouTube shorts about the kit announcements, and like it kind of makes me wonder too. Like just like general conspiracy theory, like do you think that like kits are made up of items that didn't make it into like expansion packs? Like for example, remember when the country kitchen kit came out, but it came out super close to the cottage living kit? Do you think that like the country kitchen kit items were actually like supposed to, like maybe they were candidates to be in the cottage living expansion pack, like that whole kitchen set, but then it ended up not, it didn't make the cut or something like that, so they decided to, instead of wasting those items, package them into a kit and then sell that kit, because like a lot of people said the items were really similar, so maybe like both of the designers submitted both of those kitchens and then like one got chosen over the other, but then they're like, oh well, we don't want to waste them, so why don't we just package it and put it into a kit, because they got released at a really similar time. And then in this case, like the pastel pop kit and the high school years kit got released at a really similar time too, and the items kind of both go hand in hand with like teenage rooms and like bright colors, and like the purples match and the pinks match and stuff. So I don't know if that's like going a little too far, but it just kind of got me thinking, because like they were released really similar, and I'm sure when they're designing like expansion packs, they submit like multiple like iterations of like item designs. So maybe some don't make the cut and then they don't want to waste them. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Also, I went on this ramble really close to the end of the video. So if you do reply to this, I'll know you stayed to the end, so thank you so much. But I did cut out a lot of the bathroom footage just because it's really repetitive. I just did the same thing for all the bathrooms. I used the same items, same swatches, all that stuff, so I didn't want to bore you with the bathroom. Also, the primary bedroom for the parent or the parents is pretty just regular, So yeah, just very neutral. There's always a little bit less personality in the parents' bedrooms for my builds, to be honest, just because I don't know. I feel like I always build in like order of what I'm most excited about. So like my 2 kids' bedrooms I was more excited about because I like the items better. So then by the time we got to the parents' bedroom, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Let's just give them a dream home decorator and make it neutral and call it a day. Give them a fluffy rug and they'll be happy. But you can see I'm doing the upstairs little like kids layer. So this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the video. I put down that like fluffy carpeting from the Pastel Pop Kit, which I really, really love. That fluffy carpeting is just a game changer in my opinion. Love, 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 love. I don't know why. I just think it's really good for like basements or attics or small little sections of the build like this. I would never put that carpet like everywhere in the whole build, but in a little section like this, I would totally do it. But you can just see I put some beanbag chairs and just like a little place that the 2 kids can come up here and chill and bond and be away from the parents. And it's kind of like a second living room because I put a tiny little TV, like the little penguin TV as well. So I think it actually is a really functional space and it's play tested too. So everything is functional and ready to go if you guys want to download this and use it in your family gameplay. It's on the gallery. It's called, I don't know what the build is called. Also, I don't name my builds the same as my YouTube videos. So the YouTube video title is not always the same as what is on the gallery. So I'm really sorry about that, but all of my builds are under my profile. It's Dr_Ashley, and it should be fairly close to the top of my profile because I uploaded it recently. But yeah, besides that, the video is over. It was a little bit of a long one, but I feel like I didn't even get to talk about everything I wanted to talk about. So I'll have to see you guys in the next one. I really hope you enjoyed it. I appreciate it so, so much if you stayed to the very end. Please do let me know if you did so I can personally thank you as usual. Also, once again, a huge shout out to my lovely subscriber, friend, and supporter, TJ, for submitting this beautiful photo for Curb Appeal. If you guys enjoyed this, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up and leave a comment down below what you thought about it and rate my recreation skills out of 10. How close did I get it to the original photo? And if this is our first time meeting, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to be friends or if you want to see more Sims 4 videos. I love you guys so much and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye everybody!